This is a Headgum original.
Jake and Amir, two Jews that you can't forget. In 2010, they were big on the internet. And all things considered, their success is more than fair. Now here's one more effort for only positive motivations, they swear. Segment. Another podcast. Segment. Each app different from the last. Segment. It's the Swiss Army knife of shows. Meet your two emphatic hosts.
Segment. New York City sold out, motherfuckers. Yeah, they said we couldn't do it. They said we would never sell out Littlefield because it's a big venue. It's very big. Not the biggest we've ever done, but it's not as little as the field would suggest. But the tickets
they're holding
are
70 tickets.
They are holding 70 for late release, for guest list, for day of, so people will need to show up on the day at the door.
Yeah.
But that is, as far as I'm concerned, that is a marquee sellout. That is our name in lights with the SOLDOUT right underneath, over or next to.
SOLDOUT. You can't make it hot to go. Yeah.
So I can't do the date. I can't do that date. I think it was September 26th or 27th or something. Is it the 28th? Because I'm gone. I am out of town, out of pocket, out of commission. I'm not going to be around in September. This is my notice. Consider this podcast my best and final. Okay.
It is fate accompli, and I will be a persona non grata. I won't just be the mystery guest. I'll be the mystery goner.
Mystery goner. That's me.
As in, see you later.
But I feel like you could do that show solo dolo at the end of the day. You don't really need me. I know.
I don't know. I don't know what I would say or who I would talk to.
Yeah. Right. But maybe you do crowd work, or hell, I don't care. I'm not even there. So why am I giving a shit? Why am I giving you advice?
Well, then you won't be getting any of the money from the sales.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Because they bought the tickets to see me based on my promotion. No. Yes. I moved the units, so I'm going to get a piece. What are our agents?
In kind.
Our agents get a commission. Are they at the show? No, I don't think so. No. They just help set everything up. They help move the tickets, which is what I did. So I will be getting a fat percentage of the sales.
What about Philadelphia the day before?
Yeah, I get a piece of that too. And in Philly, I'm going to get a piece of the merch, and I might even get some of the refreshments. Yeah.
I might do like a separate side piece / deal where I'm like selling Diet Coke with my face on it.
/ side of fries deal.
I get $1 from every soda sold that day. Keep the ticket sales. I want a slice of the pie.
Yeah.
Every time you sell a meat pie, I want half the revenue.
My revenue stream is a soda stream. How do you like that? Pop some bubbles for me.
Every time somebody turns a water into a soda using a Jake Hurwitz branded soda stream, which I will set up to the side of the bar, I want $9. 10 to the venue, 9 to me. That's a $19 purchase.
That's pretty good. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
And if nobody should use it, I do actually need the ticket sales. So there has to be a minimum guarantee as well. Because I don't see a world where the $19
if I don't
soda
get my money,
works.
then I'm declaring bankruptcy. I am filing for bankruptcy. I am not solvent. I am way too in the red. I am in the crimson. Crimson. Excuse me.
I'm nervous about my finances. I'm operating at more than a loss.
I'm bleeding dry. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. I need a bailout. I need big government to step in. That's my safety net. Yeah.
And I am too big to rig and way too large to fail. I have mortgage bundles offered subprime. These are F-rated loans. Nobody's paying me back anytime soon.
Yeah.
They don't have jobs. They don't have an income.
No.
It's a ninja loan.
I'm in the pocket of Fannie Mae. I am in the ass of Freddie Mac.
And there's no bidet in sight. I'm up Schitt's Creek, and I can see he needs more than a colonoscopy. It's disgusting up here.
Yeah.
I'm a fissure in the ass of Mac.
How is that fucking fair? And I need an enema from Uncle Sam to get flushed out of this shite hole.
Anyway, we do need to sell a lot more tickets in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia's it's it's open. There's open seating, so you buy a ticket there. They will fold out a chair for you at this point, which is kind of nice.
That's really nice. And to anybody that's commuting from really New Jersey all the way to Pittsburgh,
right?
The Philadelphia is now your only shot. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, Philly. It's Philly or bust, folks.
This is segments, I should say, an advice podcast. That's right. We're bringing it back, rebranding the entire thing right before the live shows.
Right, which you can get tickets to where? I think the URL is still not
I want to say
it's in the show notes. We said
I
that.
really hope headgum.com/live is now set up.
Yeah,
it took us a while. Yes, it is. Marika did her job.
Gorgeous.
Great job, Marika.
Right on. Thank you, Marika.
So headgum.com/live, finally a place to buy those tickets. Maybe that'll help the Philadelphia sales, because before there was just like you got to Google.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
And we had sold 3 tickets in Philadelphia, I think. So
yeah, 2 comps, and then we sold 1 ticket.
Yeah, 1 ticket,
and the comps were again to athletes who didn't know about us and won't be showing.
They're
up.
just on our list, but that's not really anything. Just being on.
I was also gonna add someone to the show line, the description, that won't be showing up.
Oh, that's good.
A Joel Embiid, a Shane Victorino type,
right?
Who can move units, and then at the last minute is a no-show, which is fine, quasi-legal, but nobody's going to sue.
Or we could even show like an Embiid highlight or something, or have a picture of him and be like, he's here. What a funny way to troll everybody.
Yeah. That way the audience starts off angry, upset, and feeling kind of misled to the point that the show's going to begin on a very, very, very sour note.
Speaking of feeling misled and sour notes, you have COVID. Let's talk about it.
Well, it's the ending to an epic 8-day cruise adventure I had to Alaska.
Okay, so
I spent the last week in Alaska, and all I got was this damn virus. No, that's actually not true. I also got this medallion. And you don't know what the medallion is because you weren't on the Princess Ruby, and you can't afford to be on the Princess Ruby because you weren't on the cruise, because you can't have the assets to join the Medallion Club. And this was an access granting medallion, and it does have a clip. That's right. You can put it on your
Is that
belt.
just like, it's like a fob to get into your room and to pay for food?
It's like a fob to get, yes. Exactly right.
So I can't afford the fob.
What is fob?
Medallion.
I actually don't know what a fob is. So this is all news to me. I thought it was a pretty unique, cool system that I was grandfathered into.
You just tried to use that.
Ruby.
You tried to use that at a BP gas station, and it was denied.
They didn't know who I was. They didn't care. They didn't see the medallion.
So the medallion. All right, talk to me about this from the beginning, because I feel like even going away with
aboard.
Going away with Avital's family in general seems out of character for you. Let alone
everyone
cruise,
felt
let alone
fine
to Alaska
until I was patient 0 on the starboard.
How many times over did you ruin the cruise?
Aft.
Because it seems like you ruined it during, and now you've subsequently ruined it after. You've retroactively ruined it because now everyone is going to leave without memories except for that you were mean to them or that you were bad. And then the only lasting thing is long COVID, because you've given it to them as a kind of like something to remember you by, some some like
I have a
weird
medallion
call.
and cog fog.
Yeah.
So I have the fob and I have the fog.
What happened?
I can get into
Tell
the
me from
room,
the beginning,
but I can't remember
don't
my
think
birthday.
about the fob anymore. What? Just tell me everything post fob.
I don't fucking remember. The whole cruise was a blur.
Yeah.
It was a wet blur. Actually, the cruise itself is great. And funnily enough, I've only been on one cruise in my life with my family in 1999 to Alaska.
Was it the Princess Ruby? Was it the exact same cruise?
No, my mom sent me some pictures, and it turns out it was like Galaxy Cruise Lines or something, a different cruise. This was the Princess Ruby.
Right. It looked like a small boat. It wasn't like one of those Carnival cruises. Am I right in thinking that?
You are wrong. It is enormous. It is like a Carnival cruise. There was 3,000 people on board.
Okay.
About 1,000 of them working on the boat.
Gotcha. All right.
Pros and cons.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Pros: you're on a floating hotel. You go to sleep. You wake up, you're in Juneau. That's cool. You're at your room, you open the blinds into the balcony, and you just see the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Whoa, there's a whale from my balcony. A day later, same balcony, you're seeing Skagway, a small 20,000 merchant town that we docked at this morning. So you're moving, but it doesn't feel like you're moving at all.
Yeah.
So in that capacity, cruises are great because you are doing exactly that. You're cruising.
Right. That's nice. You're spending a lot of time on the commute. Yeah, go ahead.
Is the fact that it constantly feels like you're moving. So there's a wobbly, there's a to and fro, there's a vibration to the fucking engine, which makes your bed shake.
Yeah.
The fact that the hotel is sideways in a drifted sea is really nice visually, but actually incredibly uncomfortable sometimes when the waters get choppy and you're feeling a little nauseous to boot.
It sounds like the cons far outweigh the pro, because the pro is that you woke up in Skagway. And the con is that you're sick all the time.
Prepaid for, all you can eat, buffet style. You wake up, everything you want lay before you. Don't want to go? Sure, room service. Current charge, 0.00. I want fries and an omelet and a milkshake and a frozen yogurt and waffles and sushi. Sure, coming right up.
Yeah.
It's all paid for. Just swipe your medallion when I get there.
And the con, Dink. I'm too seasick to eat any of it.
I have food poisoning because they have to make enough food for 3,000 people for a week. There's no quality control. The French toast is buns that were fucking dipped in eggs and fried. It tastes fine, but it's not great, but it's all you can eat.
Nothing
pretty
French
good
about it.
until you eat too much of it.
Yeah.
I have no portion control. I cannot eschew to chew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I'm shoveling every day. I'm shoveling. So I feel sick to my stomach.
Right, you're
the
ill.
hotel again has the wobble.
Yeah.
It has the vibration.
Okay.
Uh-oh, we're in Juneau. Did you know that's the only capital in America that you can't get to via car?
Is that true?
That's because it's very far.
Right. Okay, cool.
It's a remote, non-landlocked peninsula. So the only way to get there is via air and sea.
How could you get to Hawaii?
Yeah, but you can drive from a different city on the island to Honolulu. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get to Juneau via
I feel like I got you on a technical.
I was there. I went to the doll museum.
Yeah.
And I went to a McDonald's, and the Big Mac did cost $18 because everything has to be shipped. It's like Iceland. Everything's 5 times as expensive. Not so much for me because I got the medallion.
Right.
I do have the ding. You are now free to eat about this country.
Get rid of that. There's no reason to hold on to it.
The negative side to that is the fact that Alaska is constantly cold, rainy, and wet, which some people like. I happen to not. So I'm, constantly having to use a rain jacket, rain boots, getting wet, getting cold. A lot of boats moving in and out, a lot of nausea, a lot of bad weather. It's not like a Florida cruise line where you could just chill by the pool.
Right. When you're not in the room, where are you chilling?
Another pro. The entire ecosystem is designed to keep you entertained 24/7. There's a schedule every day. 3 p.m., You want to play Pictionary here? Do you want to go to the casino and gamble? Do you want to fucking go do line dancing? Do you want to go to the gym? Do you want to go to a different restaurant? Do you want to kayak? Do you want to do a basketball mini golf? It's just everything all in one, all on the boat.
And the con to that, you're seasick the entire time.
You're surrounded by strangers you don't necessarily want to hang out with.
Right, but you
These
have to
are
play
all
Pictionary
elderly
with them.
folks from across the country.
You're going
and
mini
you're
golfing
playing
with those
Pictionary
guys.
with them.
Yeah.
And you're in a poker tournament with them.
Right.
By the way, did win the poker tournament. Thank you for asking.
Nice. How much cash?
10-person sit and go. $60 buy-in. $250 to first place. Flopped a set. Hit pocket tens. He went all in. Pushed me with ace king high. No good. No good, sir. I do call. And I will take that cash.
This is Avital's dad, right?
Yes. It was an inner Ash family poker tournament, and I took everyone's cash. So yeah, that's the entire weekend was pros and cons, highs and lows. More highs than lows. You get to see whales, you get to see seals, you get to see fish, you get to visit parts of the country you would never been to before. So it's exciting in that regard.
Would you do it again?
Well, the ultimate con is the fact that you probably will get sick because, when you go to a wedding, you might get sick. So imagine a wedding for every meal for a week. If you go down a flight, you might get sick, but imagine 3,000 people taking a flight and then eating every meal together for 20 meals in a row.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people during the cruise or potentially after the cruise, it seems like odds are you'll catch something or other.
Right.
So I came home and I didn't feel very well. I tested and I had COVID yesterday. So I took the Paxlovid, which made me feel temporarily worse, but ultimately better for the wear. Will I get a rebound case? TBD. And that will be the ultimate deciding factor. So right now we're in the post-cruise malaise, but during the cruise, very fun. And I'm like, maybe I can become like a cruise kind of guy because there's different kinds of cruise. Big boats, small boats, Italy, Australia, Africa, Alaska, Hawaii. These boats can go anywhere.
Yeah. But now you're not necessarily a boat guy.
Now I'm at a low. It's like, after you drink a lot, and you're like, I never want to drink again.
Right. But so when you were,
don't ask me now.
After you won poker, you're like, cruises are my
This
thing.
is great.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm winning cash. I'm having fun. I'm hanging out with the family, making some new friends, seeing parts of Alaska that I haven't seen in 25 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder where else cruises go. I wonder what else you can do. But right now I'm like, okay, let me take a cruise break, see how I feel. Yeah. And then reassess the cruise lifestyle going forward.
Okay. So 10 out of 10 or out of 10, what do you rate? What do you rank a cruise?
It's a fun alternative to a normal vacation. Like you can go somewhere, stay in a hotel, make your own dinner reservations and do it that way. But if you've done that a lot, you're like, I've never seen Greece. Maybe a cruise is a fun way to do that.
Right.
I've never been to Madagascar. Maybe a cruise is a fun way to do that. So I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. There was a lot of pros, a lot of joys to be had.
I went on a cruise.
They don't feel very good.
Right. I went on a cruise when I was 10 with as a giant family reunion. I think there was 50 or 100 of us. I don't really remember now, but they're all of my cousins and second cousins and even family friends and stuff. We all went on a cruise to Bermuda. And
that's fun.
When I was 10, it was I loved it. I was
thing in the world.
Yeah, it was this is
just water slides.
Right. We should be going
cream,
on a cruise.
Whatever you want.
Right. It's pizza for lunch, water slides all day. We're playing bingo. There's a kids disco at night. I'm dancing. I'm
it's a bar mitzvah during the night and a barbecue during the day.
When I was a kid, I just loved hotel rooms. So having my own little cabin that I shared with, I don't know who I shared it with, maybe my sister or maybe my parents, but I was like, this is incredible. I have a tiny little bed in a tiny room and it's all mine.
Yeah. And I don't get seasick because I'm 10.
Yeah. Because
I'm invincible.
Right.
I can eat French fries and cheeseburgers all day.
I can have a cold and it doesn't really feel any different.
Because I'm constantly sick because I'm 10.
I'm 10.
And you haven't been on one since then.
No, that was the last time. Now they don't appeal to me at all. But even if they did, they appeal so little to Jill that it just not real. I love
starter.
Yeah, I love a boat. If I'm on vacation, I like to rent a boat for a day and go out and sail around and stuff. But
yeah, and there's like excursions within the cruise. Like one day you're at sea, the next day you're in fucking Ketchikan for an entire day, and you can do a zip line, you could do a whale watching, you could do this, that, and the other. So there's activities off the boat as well.
Right on.
I'm sure you could do a surfing one. You can find a themed cruise for anything.
Yeah, I bet. I absolutely bet. I like an adventure vacation that's a little bit prescribed, but I like also a resort one where you don't have to do anything. Ideally,
this is
I could
very
go on
much so
vacation
all inclusive.
8 to 10 weeks a year.
You're describing semi-retirement.
Yes, that would be epic.
You could probably do that now, but it's a little harder with a 1 to 2 year old.
Right. Well, actually, arguably, I should do it now because soon Gemma will be in school, and then
it'll be really hard.
Right. Then it would be like kind of negligent to make her go on vacation with me. Right now, it's just she technically, we're allowed to do it. It just isn't as relaxing.
Yeah, because you have to make sure the little one of Avital's brothers has a 3-year-old. So it's like, if you're on board the 3-year-old, you got to make sure the 3-year-old's constantly entertained. You got to make sure the 3-year-old has a jungle gym to get the energy out and is napping and is eating well. So it becomes more about the 3-year-old for you.
Right. Yeah. If we went on a cruise now, it would be all about like blacking out the cabin windows, making the room as soundproof as possible, managing Gemma's nap schedule. And I don't know.
Although I've heard a bunch about like dads that are like, what's it called? Like deadbeat. So like, when I was 3, my dad couldn't handle it and just like went off on his own or something like that.
Right.
So like you could always do that where it's like, I'm Audi 5000 for now.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a world when I come back in 3 years and I'm like, when's Gemma's birthday? I got her a soccer ball.
Right.
And Jill's like, she doesn't really like soccer. And
Or
you're like, what? Since when?
Wait, and she's like super successful, and I come back into her life, and I'm like, I'm so proud of you. Can I be your manager? I wrote you a letter every day for a year, and then I
but your mom didn't give it to you.
Yeah.
I think your mom iced me out.
Look at all these letters.
Conception to me.
Yes, they all look suspiciously like AI, but the dates. Look at all of the dates.
And they are all printed onto 2 sheets of paper over and over, so you can't really tell what they say. It just looks like a lot of jumbled characters all in one really densely packed sheet of paper.
Can I have 10% of your net worth, daughter? Moving forward.
She's only 9 at this point, so it's not that much money.
Right.
Okay, that was the cruise breakdown. Pros and cons. I'll let people make their own decision for themselves.
I'm out.
I can't convince you. Although, if you're looking to board the Princess Ruby, I was able to get a timeshare. So let me know. Yeah. Email me. And I think I could Airbnb my cabin to you at cost/profit.
The only con is my great uncle died of COVID in the room. Yes.
And he's sort of wedged in there for now, but it's a 2-bedroom.
Like those bodies frozen on Mount Everest. He's just kind of going to be there.
But feel better, and I know you will.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? I'm Phil.
Randall Park.
Kyle Mooney here. Mikey Day.
Scott Ackerman.
Kenny Thompson.
Harry Shum Jr.
Hi, I'm Adam Pally. I'm Mego's daddy for the... No, Mego's dad.
Dad.
Oh. I'm Mego's dad for the day.
Listen to Thanks Dad wherever you get your podcasts.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, sweetheart. Be home by 11.
This episode of Segments is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if you're stressed out or feeling anxious, depressed, and confused about life at all, Jake, but some people are.
Yeah, and if you are, there is actually something out there that can help.
It's talking. To a professionally licensed therapist. We're talking about therapy, folks.
Right on. And who's better at therapy than BetterHelp?
I mean, who? I don't know.
I mean, not you. So that's for sure.
No, I suck. I find BetterHelp to be the best way to find a professionally licensed and affordable therapist. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, BetterHelp is the best and easiest way to try because it's entirely online.
Exactly.
So it's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suitable to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire, you get matched with a licensed therapist. And yeah, if you're not vibing with that person, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Beautiful.
I've been to therapy. I found it incredibly helpful, but it is hard to find a good one. So BetterHelp makes it easy to find one and easy to go. You can never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. And if you visit betterhelp.com/segments today, you'll get 10% off your first month.
Whoa, I love that.
BetterHelp makes it incredibly affordable. And if you go to betterhelp, HELP.com/segments, they're even offering our listeners 10% off that price.
Yes, that's solid savings on helping yourself.
So get your mind right. Talking to somebody is incredibly helpful. And the best way to do that, again, is BetterHelp, HELP.com/segments.
Okay.
Thanks, BetterHelp.
Funny.
All right, we're back.
Yo.
Starting to fade pretty badly, actually.
For sure.
Like this kind of a light one intellectually. The
Yeah.
fog is setting in. I don't fully remember who you are at this point.
Or
I
what
know
we're doing
We're having
here.
some sort of meeting or like a Zoom
You're
fatigue.
scanning your fob on me. Just trying to get in my room.
not
I just need French
recognizing me.
toast because I got
They
the
should
fish
have
and
these-
chips in.
I
in
feel like they should have
Stewart.
these for full cities. Like, imagine if I just walked into a Starbucks. They already know who I am and what I want. I'm not ordering because I have this, and they scan it as soon as I walk in.
Yeah.
I don't know, something to think about. It sounds sort of dystopian, but nice at the same time.
It does sound nice, but at the end of the day, what's going to happen is what's already happening, where every single menu now kind of makes the grain bowl, and it's all the same mushy chicken, farro, leafy
Yeah.
lettuce.
But now
like
I don't
nothing
have to
that
order
costs
it.
$24. Yeah.
They see me driving there because
Right.
of the fob on the highway.
It's like
and
you
they
can
know
get that
what
with
to
a
give me when I
Mediterranean
get
twist,
there.
with a Mexican twist, with just like class, like
Mediterranean
just salt
for
and
me.
pepper, and
Yeah.
just like every single
And the
store,
fob will have my preferences.
whether just salad, chipotle, dig, sweet green, they are all the same. I think all of the salads and all of the bowls are being made in a warehouse, and they're just distributing them to the different places. And that is the future of food. We'll walk in, you'll have your mush bowl. So it won't be that fun. Okay, here's my game notes. It's there's some light detective work. So hopefully your brain fog is all right. I need you to think of a date. Any date in the world.
Yeah.
This is not the hard part yet.
March
Any date.
3rd.
March 3rd. Okay, great. March 3rd. Give me a year between
1998.
No. It's got to be post 2009.
2012.
March 3rd, 2012.
2000. Yeah.
2009. Wait, 2012. All right, 2012, March 3rd.
2000. You have COVID too, we should say.
For sure. Yeah. You're so sick that I got it from the Zoom. All right. March 3rd, 2012. Now the game, since you've given the date, we have to figure out where we were.
Okay. March 3rd, 2012.
Yeah.
Living in New York. I mean, that's got to be our best bet unless we were visiting someplace together.
Yeah.
And you know the answer to this?
No, you just told it to me. I'm with you. We're going to try to zero in on our exact whereabouts on March 3rd, 2012.
Okay. Well, I can't remember when the live shows were, but there's a chance we were, in the Midwest or something like that.
All right.
I don't want to say there's no chance.
Put me in March 3rd, 2012.
I was 29.
I actually might have been living in Los Angeles.
You're in LA, I'm in New York?
I think so, because didn't I move back the summer of 2012? I think I did.
Okay, so there's a chance you're visiting New York or
Yeah.
I'm visiting LA and we're shooting something there.
Yeah.
We will never find out the answer.
Sure we will.
How can we possibly know?
Well, I'm going to do some detective work. I'm going to search emails from March 3rd, 2012.
Dearest mother, I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing to you from Denver, Colorado, where tonight we will be doing a live show.
All right. I can actually sort this by within one day of March 3rd, 2012. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you not like this game? I have to.
A lot of smut.
Jesus Christ! So I think I was jerking off.
Password reset. A password reset. Shit. How am I
Locked out of my Pornhub premium account? Insane.
No, do not call that phone number, please. Oh yeah, here's a G chat of me on customer support.
Okay, actually, here we are, March 3rd. Interesting. It was a Saturday.
Wow.
Come on, that is interesting.
And then so the chances of us traveling are higher.
Yeah. It was March 3rd, 2012. Okay. Now we're talking.
Okay.
I have an email.
We're getting closer. Yeah.
This is funny. It's an email from you to Sam Reich. On March 3rd, 2012. Yo, Sam, we're getting a lot of negative feedback about the one a week.
I feel like I'm in a negative feedback loop.
About the one a week thing on jakeandamir.com, parentheses, as expected. We were hoping to be able to give our fans a reason so they don't all think we're lazy and stupid like they've been calling us. We wrote a post that we'd like to put up on our site, but we didn't want to piss off Paul. Do you think this is kosher?
So we were asked to go from 2 videos a week to 1.
Yeah. So this is actually
as a money saving thing.
This is around a very pivotal time in our lives, because when we went from 2 videos to 1 as a way for them to slash our salary in half. And
help me hurt you.
Yeah. They were like, all right, so I guess the videos were like, they had made up enough like video traffic with other videos, and they're like, you guys are going to just do 1 a week now. And we're like, oh, okay. And they're like, and as such, since you were doing 1 video instead of 2, your salary is halved. And we're like, is our salary so directly tied to our video output? Because we also we were writing originals, we were contributing in other ways,
other things,
and also like
that's right.
Even 1 video a week was like making some amount of income for College Humor that it shouldn't just completely be halved.
So physically we're in New York, emotionally we were despondent and scared that our role at College Humor was becoming thinned out, which probably led us indirectly to start a podcast, which indirectly led us to start a podcast network.
Yeah.
So all's well that ends well style. You can look at it as College Humor's loss became our gain in the long run.
Right, exactly. Because we had no control over our web series at College Humor, we decided to do something that we had more control over. Here's the post that we asked if we could post online. And Sam
ultimately got denied.
It seemed like Sam was pro, and he said that it was going to upset Paul, and we didn't do it. So he said, we just want to this is the post that you were going to write. We just want to let you guys know,
which is blaming somebody else,
that you, we are sad to be releasing 1 video a week. We love making Jake and Amir, and we love our fans even more. It is not fun to feel like we're letting you down. Unfortunately, College Humor is a business, and right now they feel like the best business move is to cut back on our release schedule. We're doing our best with our limited options. We will post outtakes, behind the scenes, contest, and bonus videos on Thursdays. And of course, we will continue doing live shows and hopefully come to your area soon. Which seems pretty innocuous. It was College Humor's decision and not ours.
But they didn't want to be the...
I'm getting retroactively pissed off. It's so, all right, this business decision. You guys are making 1 video a week. Your salary is halved. Your fans are mad at you. We really don't want you to post and let them know that it was our call. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's like the Democrats saying, Joe Biden, you got to drop out and let everyone know it was your decision. And also you endorse us now. He's like, all right, I'll do that. So it's College Humor saying, you guys go down to 1 a week. Don't tell anyone it was our idea. They blame you, and you have to sort of take it like a man.
Oh my God. And
I guess we didn't post it.
Yeah, no, we didn't post it. And it looks like the solution was to respond to people who were upset individually.
Yeah.
And I guess to 15 years later, tell everyone the truth.
Yeah. Now we make 1 video every month or two, and it's our decision. We have no one to hide behind. We have to sort of, we're the ones slicing our salary. We're the ones slicing our output. There's no post to be made. There's no blog. There's no website to get our word out edgewise. We have social media, and that's it. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you'll never hear from me again.
And it looks...
There's no newsletter.
Yeah. And it looks like I was living in LA at this time because I had another email of thanks for getting me a drink to an agent named Cameron. So...
Cameron.
Yeah, your old agent too.
That's a good one.
So we met up at Barney's Beanery on March
awesome.
On March 2nd, I think, on Friday. So
Barney's is having a resurgence due to TikTok.
Oh, really? Why? People are like, this is the best place to watch sports.
A fun place to be.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice.
Unrelated to that, I watched Grease on the airplane. Barney's Beanery was in the movie Grease. So I guess Barney's Beanery has been around for a really, really long time.
Wow.
Had a resurgence, died multiple times, and now it's back.
Incredible.
Okay. But here's my question for you. It's not where were you on March 3rd, 2012.
Okay, because I know.
This is the predicament I was found with / stuck with on the airplane to Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Avital window seat, me middle seat, stranger aisle.
Mm-hmm.
I have to piss. Stranger's asleep. Do you wake up? Do you climb over, risking the fact that he'll wake up? And if so, do you go foot on his handlebar or fully straddle this person?
Mm-hmm.
And if you straddle, do you go ass or dick up to his nose?
Right.
So a lot of options there.
I've been in this situation many times because I do
both
have
as the sleeper and as the pisser.
No, I'm always the pisser. I have a small bladder. I need to piss all the time. And I also have piss anxiety. So I'm like, if I know that I can't piss, then I need to piss more. Like,
right.
Yeah. So if I have to pee a little bit, I notice they're sleeping. I'm like, oh my God, now it's going to become an emergency because I'm like, I'm thinking, how can I piss? When will I be able to piss?
Yeah.
I also have pretty good hip mobility, so I can raise my leg pretty high and do a full turn of my foot. I am standing up, dick to stranger, and I'm stepping over fully straddle. Yeah, and I've done this many times to great success.
And do you put your hands on his chair, on the chair behind you?
I put my hands directly on his face, pushing him.
Oh shit!
And then I
stick my
pissing.
fingers up his nostril for balance. I'm sort of gyrating as he wakes up to see me like that.
No, I think you can. It's either I can put one hand on the bulkhead across the aisle, or I can
like
go
rock climbing.
Yeah, or I can go back. Yeah, maybe that's the other place where I get this skill. I can hold on to a back of a seat. Oh yeah, maybe it's like the back of my own seat. Stepping out. What did you do?
Step through. So I was gonna wake him up, and he looked so passed out. I'm like, I could probably just climb over him. But like, I didn't know if I climbed all the way over him and put my foot in the aisle, if my like grundle would touch his knees. Mm-hmm. So I put my foot on his outside handle, the one that's his armrest that's in the aisle.
Yeah, that's really
because his hand wasn't on it.
Yeah.
And then I did like a turn and I landed in the aisle and he didn't wake up.
Wow.
Then on my way back, I'm like, I can't, because his hand was on the other armrest. I'm like, now I feel like I got to wake him up because if I do it going this way,
but he's going to be so confused. Like, how did this happen?
Yeah. And he might be mad. I think it's a higher risk, higher reward play because it's like, in a best case scenario, he doesn't know that you left. Mm-hmm. And in the worst case, I step on him or fall on him while he's asleep. Yeah. And it's in a very sexually suggestive manner. It's like I'm giving him a lap dance. Right. And I don't know if it's worse if it's a lady or a man, old or young, but he was a roughly my age kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's easier if it's a guy for me. But I think it's pretty easy. It's pretty innocuous. You just, if you disturb me, you're like, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to wake you up. And they have to respect
I think
that.
The normal average way to do it is by tapping and saying, excuse me. Like, I don't think unless you're an able-bodied
Right.
limber guy, you're doing the full straddle.
I
That's
don't
not
think-
to be expected.
To me, I don't think either way would or should upset anybody that much, because like you're trying to be very considerate. So
Yeah.
if you get it wrong, and also
the
some
thought that
people would
counts.
probably have preferences. Like I think I'm probably fine to be climbed over if I'm asleep. I would prefer that than to be like woken up. Because if somebody wakes me up, then I have to move. I'm like disturbed from my slumber.
He did the pivot out, like the knees into the aisle, but he's
Oh.
still sitting. Like that
So
was
if-
the way he.
If he did that, then he's like, then I think that's a signal that he was very pro you climbing.
Yeah, and then I still climbed over him. I'm like, you know what? If you're just gonna half-ass this,
Yeah.
here we go. And I did the full handle to
Monty.
handle straddle. Yeah, and then I did the grind,
The gyration,
oh,
yeah.
turbulence,
The magic
and then I
mic.
turned around. Yeah, and I did the wrestling finishing move.
Right on.
Whatever that guy's name is, the sumo wrestler that sort of puts your face.
Oh, yeah, that sits
his
on people's
in
face,
your
yeah.
ass. Yeah. But he was totally fine with it. Great guy.
Yeah.
We ended up exchanging numbers and we went Dutch on this fob that I got, which gives me access to
Wow.
future
So you were bragging
princess
about
rubies.
how I couldn't afford it, and you had to split it with somebody.
Me and Daryl, yes, did go Dutch.
So you couldn't
it's a
afford it
very
on your own
expensive
either.
cabin.
Yeah.
It is a nice balcony, outwardly facing cabin, and it is on the.
And I was
port
able to
side
see
of the ship.
Skagway, and I was able to vomit in Juneau.
And a life raft did land on my head and really, really hurt me, ironically. But ultimately, Daryl and I are in it for the long haul. Thanks to the fob, thanks to the medallion, thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's take one more break. Come back with the last segment. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Oh yeah, baby. Thank you, Rocket Money.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. And yes, you have unwanted subscriptions.
Yeah, you can count on that. All right.
I mean, Jake, you found a bunch that you had just no idea you were subscribed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was subscribed to a lot of smut, a lot of contraband that needed to be cleared out, cleaned out, wiped, acid washed.
Yeah.
And Rocket Money helped me do that.
That's right. So how can you use Rocket Money? You can stop wasting money on things you don't use and cancel your unwanted subscriptions.
That's true.
By going to rocketmoney.com/segments.
Also true.
Rocket Money has over 5 million users and saved over $500 million in canceled subscriptions.
Right on.
It saves members an average of $740 a year when using all of the app's features. So if you go to rocketmoney.com/segments, you can get started on that journey and start saving cash today.
Yes.
Again, that's rocketmoney.com/segments. That's correct. Thank you, Rocket Money. Jake, good news. The NFL is back.
Woo, baby. Yes.
If you think that QB will throw more than 300 yards or a receiver in Miami is grabbing a touchdown, you can check out DraftKings Pick 6, the newest way to compete against others and play fantasy football to win cash.
Sick.
Yes. Finally, a way to reward the fan for being right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is your shit.
The way it works is if you download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code SEGMENTS, that's code SEGMENTS for new customers to play $5, and you get $50 in Pick 6 credits guaranteed.
Sick.
It also has 1 month of NFL Plus premium on them.
Also sick.
Yes, the offer expires September 19th, which is soon.
Very soon.
So check them out only on DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours.
Sick.
Of course, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos. 1 per new customer. Reward issued as $50 in non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 6 months. NFL Plus premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Sick.
Handsome.
And we're back. really, really fading now as the Paxlovid course sort of wanes its efficacy on
You
me.
need to pass
So
out.
we kind of have to wrap this up.
Right.
But you said you wanted to ask me 3 really deep questions instead.
Yes, this is a segment that I'm calling 3 Deep Questions from ChatGPT. What more to examine the human condition do we need than ChatGPT? So
Okay.
I asked AI for 3 deep questions.
Yeah. And this is the depth according to an algorithm.
Right, exactly. So these are, I think the first one's pretty, basically deep. What does it mean to live a meaningful life, and how do you define purpose in a world where values and beliefs vary so widely? It's like, it's not that deep. It's actually a little bit trite because it's kind of like, what's
meaning? What is all this for?
What's the meaning
is
of
there
life?
a meaning to life?
Yeah.
Right. I
And
was
I
hoping
think-
it'd be like, what's 12 times 9?
No,
or something like
no,
that.
it's definitely trying. It's definitely trying to find deep questions. But this is basically said, what's the meaning of life, and is it complicated because the world is so big? And do you have an answer? I think it's pretty easy, frankly.
I mean, it's ultimately to leave the world in a better place than you came here, and you create more positive value than negative, to spark joy in yourself and happiness in those around you, to create, positive outcomes to the friends and strangers that you make and meet along the way.
I thought it was
stuff like that.
to get cash and get sex. So
Well, the other one is to get cash, get pussy.
Right.
And if you can't do either, get the fuck out of the way, because
Right.
I want both in spades.
yeah. How do our memories shape our identity, and to what extent are we the sum of our past experiences versus the potential of our future selves?
Yeah, so this is more like about free will, whether or not we're just like that things we're gonna do is just almost like a chat GPT can be defined by what we've already experienced. How much am I just what I have had growing up?
And for me,
And
it's
where-
like the
what can I
cash that
do?
I already earned is not enough. The play I've already got it's been there, but need to do more of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just come once and be done. I think I don't want to say what I just said.
I don't want to say what I thought. I really don't want to say what I thought.
Is true free will an illusion? Given the
there we go.
influence of genetics, environment, and societal norms on our decisions, or do we have the power to transcend these forces? I don't understand the question, ChatGPT.
How's that for you? You stumped the
Does not
human.
compute. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me
absolutely.
see. Yeah. What do you mean by that third question?
Yeah, it's mostly just a never mind, leave me alone. You either get it or you don't.
It gave me way too much of an answer, so we're not going to even go into it.
Well, actually, how about this for a question I've actually discussed with Avital and her friends?
Yeah.
How much of your success is luck and how much of it is skill? So you look at a successful anything, actor, doctor, writer, artist, philanthropist.
Yeah.
And you say, all right, you're successful. To what percentage do you attribute that to luck, and to what skill?
I mean, it has to be, God, it's got to be such a huge portion of luck if you're thinking of like, how lucky are you to be born a human in conditions where you could survive and thrive, and
That's right.
have all the
yeah.
means.
If you zoom all the way out,
But if
to,
you're
like, the
talking
fact
about
that you were
just,
born
like-
as a white guy,
Right. I'm already growing up in Hampton. If you're like the starting from here luck or something.
Yeah, yeah. The
it's-
1 in a billion it took for me to be a white guy in Connecticut.
Yeah,
Now, how
right.
much luck is it?
Everybody in my lineage survived
Yeah.
plagues, hunter gathering, war, all that stuff for me to get here. That was a lot of luck for me. And I guess now I think it's mostly luck, but it's like there's like the kind of like the instinct and the ability to capitalize when you see something breaking your way. I think that's something I was good at.
Yeah. So
So
you go mostly
25%,
luck, but not.
yeah, 75%
skill.
luck, 25% skill.
Yeah, that's what I would break to. But I've heard some arguments that it's 100% luck. We don't have, regardless of your skill, you look at some people wildly successful, not skillful at all. Some people struggling, can't do anything. They're the most skillful people of all time. Whether or not you're successful is entirely due to just the luck of it all.
But I would argue that it's actually an ability to recognize luck, because I don't think that some people are just lucky all the time. I just think that some people are able to like spot an opportunity and go for it. So like there's an ability baked into being lucky, is what I think.
Right. There's like a famous basketball, I think it's John Wooden quote, that luck is the residue of design. Like you create your own luck by putting yourself in a position to be lucky. Yeah. A lot of people put themselves in a position to be lucky, but not necessarily on purpose and can't necessarily create success out of it.
And sometimes it's lucky to be in a position of being lucky in the first place.
Yeah. And sometimes you're just a viral celeb and you make the most of it because somebody happened to get you on camera doing something interesting, and now you're doing a lot of good work with the attention that you got at that moment in time. So it seems like I'll go up to 85% luck, 15% skill, but you got to have some skill, right?
Yeah, because otherwise there's nothing, you just wouldn't be able to do anything with your luck. So I think there's a little bit of skill, maybe not like fine skill. I think you can have rough skill. Rough skill and luck is really all it's all that it takes.
I mean, even Jake Paul is pretty good at boxing.
Yeah, he's kind of the benchmark. He's 80-20, I think.
And even he's kind of jacked and works out a lot. That's not nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's skill. Willpower is kind of a skill. Willpower is skill power.
That's awesome. All right, we'll end on a deep note.
Yeah.
And let me know about the Venmoing me for the cruise thing. I really think you might I think you might dig it.
Yeah.
I think you might think it's pretty neat to give me 10 grand.
Maybe
you can take a cruise.
I mean, you already split that with Daryl, so it's kind of, it feels like you're cutting him out. You went Dutch, and then you're asking me to go double Dutch, essentially. But you're actually making, you're netting a profit, which is feels fucked up.
I want the cake and to eat it too.
Right.
I want the skim and I want the juice.
I want to have
had
sweets. Cake. Yeah.
Yes. I want 6 of one and a half dozen of the other. And there's a world where I fucking take the cruise ship down. Right. Do you know that in 2017, one of these huge mainliners went down in Italy?
And a lot of people died, right?
Yes. 16 people died.
Okay.
The captain was arrested for manslaughter.
Jesus.
I looked into it.
And I tried to make a citizen's arrest on the Ruby. To no avail.
The Princess Ruby Jade. Actually, Lonely and Horny can be entirely, season 3 could be entirely set on a cruise. There's so many characters.
I would kill.
It just throws you into different experiences of you interacting with people you would never, ever interact with before.
God, I would love that.
Just Pictionary alone would be a great episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do it as a podcast or something, because shooting on a cruise seems pretty expensive, actually. Right.
Yeah, podcast actually would work. You just put in some like sea sounds, the sound of a seal, and you're there. You're transported.
Yeah,
we could do it all Foley style.
With Dave Foley style. Yeah. Okay, tickets available again to our show in Philadelphia at headgum.com/live.
That's right.
And I guess there's a wait list for the New York show that might become available soon enough. So if you want to go see that show, there might be a way for you to attend, even though the website currently says sold out.
Exactly.
And then for more of us, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/JA. If I said anything mildly weird or offensive this episode, my lawyer says to tell you guys it's because I'm permanently insane and I am incapable of producing any rational thought going forward.
And I kind of get sucked into the vortex sometimes. So that disclaimer actually includes me in my own.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But we'll see y'all next week. Maybe in Alaska. Maybe if you want to join me and Daryl in some sort of 3-way.
It'll probably be here.
Of course. Bye, everybody.
That was a Headgum original.